Chaos Tour. Gets them here in a few weeks. Saturday, November 20th, they're going to play the world-famous Agora Theater. Tickets info, all that at agoracleveland.com. I'm not sure who's with them, but they're pretty solid. Streetlight Manifesto. If you want a couple of tickets, be caller 10, and they're yours. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. A little Smashing Pumpkins right here. I will have details for you very soon on how your Halloween costume is going to get you really good tickets for Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction here in Cleveland on the 29th. They're going to play the Romo Fijo. Meg Myers on that show, too, and she's awesome. So I will have full details for you very, very soon. You're going to compete out of our window here. How you like them apples? And then they'll get you to the show. Short show today. Guardians game, of course, postponed from last night. That is a 4:07 first pitch at Yankee Stadium. So 3:37 is when that pregame coverage will begin here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. Terry the Goat had a great week. She had her best week so far after Bill's Chargers beat the Broncos last night.
That's right. Bold up!
In overtime, they took it. So 16-13 is the final there. Terry the Goat goes 6-2 for the week.
Just doing hero stuff.
Yeah, that's her first.
Dude was injured. The offensive line was all banged up, but he says, I'm going to go out there, even though it feels like I'm getting stabbed every time I kick the ball, I'm still going to kick it straight.
God, could you imagine that? Oh, my God.
Yeah, because that's how it feels anytime I try and lift my leg past my knee.
Well, you're at different athletic levels, we'll say that. So you're saying you couldn't make
For
the
now.
39-yard try?
For now, we are.
So Terry the Goat goes 6-2. She did 8 picks, and the only one game she got wrong is she picked the Panthers over the Rams.
That's really a good week.
And she picked the Kansas City Chiefs over the Bills. Yeah, I mean, Eagles remain undefeated. Tom Brady is not having a good time right now. You got to keep the home stuff at home and the work stuff at work. And if you've seen any of the videos of him screaming at his teammates, which is not unprecedented. I mean, he's a guy who has, wrecked a lot of tablets there on the sidelines. But yelling at his guys, it seems like he's bringing some home over there into work. So Guardians game tonight around, this afternoon rather, around 4:07. They're in New York. It could be a lot worse. We have bureau chiefs up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, up in the UP, and they got a foot of snow. Ooh. Last night, so people are having a really fun time. Again, that's not unprecedented either. If you ever meet anybody who grew up in the Upper Peninsula, they'll tell you they're out there in every Halloween, snow pants and a heavy coat.
Well, it was hailing here yesterday.
On my way into work this morning, it was very tiny hail,
little
like
tiny
frozen
hail,
rain.
Bordering on snow.
I came in, I was like, it's frozen hail outside. I was like, damn it, it's redundant. I'm starting my day being grammatically incorrect. I was like, it's hailing. And I was just annoyed because I was like, ugh.
But you said that to yourself.
No, I didn't. I said it out loud.
Oh, yeah, out loud, I see.
That's why I was so embarrassed. I embarrass myself to myself a lot. And
A lot of people say frozen hail, though, right?
I mean, it's frozen hail.
It drives me nuts when people say 4 a.m. in the morning. But it's just a little stupid pet peeve of mine. It's not their fault, whatever. Well, and then next week here in Cleveland, it's supposed to be like 68 degrees.
Yes.
So still all over the place this time of year. Also, for people who have asked me where Friday's podcast is, I did not post one because we were on the air for 30 minutes. So I didn't go through and post. You're not missing anything from Friday. Today's I will post. But Friday, we went on live after the game in extra innings. We were literally on for 30 minutes before we kicked it over to the Cavs game. So, no, I did not post that. Somebody sent me a video of there were Yankee fans in that whole long interim of rain delay last night. There were Yankee fans that were throwing a football back and forth with some Guardians players.
Yeah.
And security made them stop.
And Michael,
optics?
Like from way up in the upper deck. Well, I'm sure they didn't want somebody to get hit by an errant football or a poorly thrown ball. I get it. But it's a nice, they're dicking around with the opposing team's fans. I mean, that's that.
Endearing themselves.
Yeah,
They're
you
like,
get a lot of goodwill that way.
They're because Guardians fans are like, we need a place to stay when we're in town.
Here, I'll show you this.
Yeah,
here.
Guardians players are like, hey, we're not making $100 million like the rest of the Yankees are. So yeah, everything we can get from these fans, we need.
Yeah, exactly. Here's them throwing a football back and forth for the. Oh, there you go. Very exciting. So much fun. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize the discrepancy in. I mean, it's silly of me. I just never thought of it. The vast discrepancy between payrolls, because somebody texted me yesterday and said that the top 2 players on the Yankees, their salaries are more than the entire Guardians payroll.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that sounds weird. That can't be. Because didn't we just give Jose Ramirez like some massive, massive contract?
Yeah, but it's still
But the
way
Yankees spend
less.
like $300 million on, yeah.
Like he could have gotten $100 million more if he wanted to test the market. And he said, nah, I am going to make $170 million playing baseball. I'm happy with that. I like where I am. I like this team. I want to be here. And that's very rare in baseball. And a lot of Yankees players are, I mean, Aaron Judge didn't sign a contract because he was betting on himself, hit 62 home runs, is probably going to be the MVP of the American League. And he's going to get probably $500 million in the open market, either probably from the Yankees, maybe the Dodgers, one of those big market teams that hands out contracts like that.
I have heard from a few people who simply want to know if your mom enjoyed the game while her husband was still alive.
Yeah.
I know you took your mom to the game, and she said what was it again? She wanted you to take her to a game after your dad
Well,
dies.
she called me. I called her a couple weeks ago before the first playoff series. And I was like, I'm going to the game Saturday. And she just replies and goes, oh, when your dad dies, could you just take me to a game? I would love that. And I was like, well, I could just take you to a game. And she's like, yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. And so when I won those tickets, I was like, guess what? I won tickets. Do you want to go on Sunday? And she's like, let me run it by your dad. And all he said was, well, it's Sunday, because they're not supposed to do stuff like that on Sunday. But she's like, you know what?
Oh, she broke out of the mold.
Yeah.
She's a heretic.
Well, because he's
good for her.
They've always been kind of picky and choosy about when they
Sure.
really feel like keeping the Sabbath day.
Yeah, I
holy
understand.
When they don't.
That's how all
And-
religious people are.
Right. And so she had a great time.
Good.
Even though we lost, at one point she was screaming, or she's like, if you want to yell, you can yell. I'm like, well, I yell when there's something to yell about.
I yell expletives, Mom. I curse a lot at these games.
I don't actually.
You're not
'cause
going to like that.
That's one thing I don't do is I keep it about baseball. I don't get personal because I don't like that. I don't swear.
Right, you're not being a
because
maniac.
there's kids around.
Yeah.
There was this guy that was going, Aaron Judge, he was going, Garrett, you suck, talking to the pitcher.
Yeah.
He's like, Garrett Cole, you suck. And he said it almost before every pitch. And then he got up to go get a beer, and this little kid that was sitting in front of him goes, Garrett, you suck.
He was taking over for him.
And everybody started dying. Even there was not many Yankee fans up there, which I appreciated, but even they started laughing when they saw the influence of this guy on this little kid that was just like, Garrett, you suck.
Sure. Hey, kid, I got to go get a beer. Take over for me, will ya?
Mhm.
What's the line again? You just have to scream out, Garrett Cole, you suck.
Yep.
The line's not that long. You'll probably only have to say it a few times.
See, I'm not a good fan because I always think that was like mean. I don't, because I'm like, you think that it affects the players if they hear me yelling at them saying that they
When you're
suck?
in
I know.
where we were sitting, like they were good seats at the club level, which are nice seats, but also they're not hearing what we're yelling.
I know, but
Like you have to be real close
like
to get
"You suck."
into their ears.
But do you think they care? Do you think that hurts their feelings?
It not hurts their feelings, but I think the cumulative effect of people who are constantly heckled is like, hey, man, I'm out here. You came to watch me.
I'm doing my thing.
came
Why
to
are
watch
you
the other
yelling?
team.
Yeah, right.
Came to watch the other team.
Yeah, whatever. But
And
no, I don't think that
but
changes.
I also like to try and keep my heckles a little more clever or just sillier than like just the straight "you suck." I think that's it worked for that guy, but
you swing like a minor leaguer.
I said something like he got booed. Aaron Judge got booed by all the Cleveland fans when he came up to bat. And I just yelled out, "Feels like you're at home, doesn't it?" Because he got booed by the New York fans because he wasn't hitting the ball. So something like that. I'm playing more to the crowd than to the players. And that got a big pop.
Yeah. All right.
Even the Yankee fans. There were like 3 Yankee fans sitting in front of us, and I didn't see that many Yankee fans in the club level at all. So that was nice. But the ones that were there, they're very pleasant, because sometimes you can get Yankee fans that are real jerks, or any fans that are real jerks.
You're saying Boo Earns.
Well, Boone is the manager for
Aaron Boone.
Aaron Boone for the Yankees. So when they're all getting introduced, they go, "And the manager for the Yankees, Aaron Boone," and everybody's booing him. And I say to myself, I was saying Boone. But my mom had a great time. She said even though they lost, it was a great time, and it was very nice just to.
And that's the first game she's ever been to?
First playoff game. She's been to several games, but she's never been to a playoff game where she sat and watched the whole. Because usually when she's going,
she fill out the box scores?
Grandkids, nothing like that. And I did teach her a few things, because there's a few. She understands baseball for the most part, but there's a few little things that I explained to her about, like the shift and how that's going away next year.
She goes, "What's that long cylindrical piece of wood in their hands?" It's called a bat.
They call that the ball mallet.
Mm-hmm. They call
teach her wrong stuff.
Yeah, that's the swingy stick.
Mm-hmm. Got her a glizzy. Introduced her to glizzies.
What is that?
That's the youth term for hot dogs.
A glizzy?
Yeah.
Oh, I must not be down. I haven't. No, I guess I'm not on TikTok enough.
I don't know what a glizzy is.
Oh. Poundcake knew?
No, I don't.
You know what a glizzy was? No.
It was originally a slang term for a gun in D.C., but it became a nickname for hot dogs because the length of a hot dog is similar to the clip of a gun.
Had to be white people.
Boy, that is a stretch. Somebody dislocated their shoulder doing that one. I got to give you some money here. It's $1,000. Buy a lot of glizzies with that kind of money. A chance for you to go fund yourself. Listen up. Good luck.
I did tweet out a picture of my mom and I, and then I had to quote tweet it the next day. It was like, "Hey, we're going to have a great time no matter what." And then I had to amend and say, "Never again. She's bad luck," because they lost.
Yeah. You have to ask yourself, how much do you not want to get HIV? Because they have come out with something, and they're hoping to move it to market pretty quickly. From a laboratory study to over-the-counter, a lubricant that will protect against HIV. It's made from cow mucus. So it just comes down to how badly, now I imagine most people very badly don't want to get HIV. It's not the death sentence that it was 30 years ago. Nevertheless, cow mucus would be the fundamental part of this. So just, maybe I don't know if this will replace PrEP, or I don't know how that works.
I mean,
Nothing will replace PrEP.
It's a team situation, right? And so it's not even about what you want. It's about what everybody wants, because there is no I in mucus. It's mucus, not muci. Or muke me.
Not muke me. It's mucus. It's called a personal lubricant. It's not a public lubricant.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many of those out there. So they said that the infection rates protect you against HIV. They said the infection rates are very, very low. The low double digits. But
how does it smell? That's the main fact.
Oh, probably fantastic. Mucus from a cow's salivary glands. I just like, we get the information when it's all peer-reviewed and put out there. into a nice, neat couple of paragraphs in a science journal online. But I'd love to be there on day one where a guy goes, you know what we should be doing? We should be going elbow deep in a cow's nose to see if we can mitigate the effects of the HIV.
You know, when they were teaching you about American history and they talk about Native Americans and how they'd use every part of the bison?
Yeah.
Well, take that. We're
that's
using
right.
the cow mucus to stop AIDS.
Sure.
Like to see you do that, Chief.
They were snorting frogs back at the University of Illinois in the early 90s. How about this? HIV cow mucus lubricant, personal lubricants for...
Bow. Buffalo.
Guy on a buffalo. You can leave us messages, voicemails, and such on the Alan Cox Show After Hours line. They'll all be sent to me in my inbox. Number's 216-986-8903. What the hell is going on?
It's an old vessel.
He's
Our old
listening
episode.
and not playing the guitar anymore, just playing us? Wow, this is what, to Brian, this is what accompanies our show.
This is what makes him go, all right, it's time to play guitar.
Yeah. And then, of course, he has to stop to hear what we're saying because it's so compelling that, you know. I don't want us cutting into his musical
know.
ambitions, by the way.
Sounds like he's switched to acoustic.
Well, maybe.
I like the...
I want to hear him shred.
That's what I enjoy.
Yeah. I don't want to hear so much pound cake.
So much pound cake.
Oh,
I
my
don't want to hear
goodness.
too much me.
Right?
I have to deal with me at home.
He goes, all right, that's it. Yeah, that's not much of anything.
I don't even know what episode that was from.
That was
I don't
from
know.
the weigh-in day. Because you're talking about being skinny.
I talk about being skinny every day.
He talks about being skinny every day.
But I'm pretty sure that was from Thursday, from the weigh-in day.
Oh. So you have to ask yourself, what have you done today to stay skinny?
Diet. I ate right.
Oh, yeah? What'd you have for breakfast?
Well, I probably shouldn't have had a banana, but that was all I had right there. I had
What's the matter with a banana?
not
There's
on,
sugar in it, but other than that, what's
not on an empty stomach.
Why?
I don't think you're supposed to do that. But anyways, I did.
You know, every food you eat first thing in the morning, you're eating on an empty stomach.
I think it's especially bananas.
Speak for
but-
yourself.
oh, okay.
I like to have a pre-breakfast, and then I get right into breakfast.
I had banana, rice cake, orange juice,
Okay.
and then
Oh, God, a banana and orange juice could not have tasted good one after the other.
it did
It did.
banana rice cake with honey on it, orange juice.
Okay.
I have rice cakes and avocado.
I feel like the honey is doing a lot of the heavy lifting there with the taste profile.
And then I got to work and I had some orange juice again, and I had a Caesar salad.
When you got to work, you had orange juice and a Caesar salad?
No, that was for lunch.
Oh, I was going to say, that is the wildest breakfast I've ever heard. Banana, rice cake with honey, orange juice, more orange juice, Caesar salad.
I went shopping. I went shopping at the little Lucky's grocery store over by Bill,
Yeah.
and I took this guy that I'm seeing, and he was just laughing. He was like, "This is how you grocery shop?" I'm like, "I buy little bits at a time." He was like, "No wonder you're angry all the time." Because I was like, "Well, this is all I can afford." I was like, "It's expensive, so I just buy what I need for the next couple days."
I got to
and I'll
tell
go
you, though,
back.
I think that's how a lot of people shop now. Like,
I don't
it's-
buy bulk.
I couldn't tell you the last time. Like when I was a kid, my mom, we would go to the grocery store once a week and do a big shop. We never do that. We never have a full cart of, because we're like, what do we need? Well, we go get this. Okay. I mean, you're making 1,000 trips maybe, but
But it's right down the road, so I
Yeah,
mean,
for me,
it's
I
just
do
like
the
buying
same
ticket.
thing where I'll shop a couple of usually a meal at a time or like a meal or two at a time because I'm not getting that much food. And if I buy food too far in advance, I'm like, well, that's old.
Well, my bananas are already yellow, so I need to eat them quick.
Already yellow. Oh, they're ripening,
From
you mean?
green,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes. Poundcake goes out and he's like, our specials tonight. We have the 48-ounce porterhouse. I would like the Caesar salad and an orange juice, please.
I'm so ghetto. Like I told him, I was like, I'm hood, and he was like laughing at me because he knew that I had no idea what I was doing. So I was just going through. I'm like, yogurt's healthy, right? Type of yogurt. He's just like, I'm just gonna let you do. I'm just gonna let you pick what you think is healthy.
And he's also, 24?
He lives. Yeah, he's 24. He lives with his mom, with his brother.
Lives with his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder he's hanging out with you at the grocery store. He
lives
wants to
with
get
his-
out of the house.
He lives with his mom and his brother. I think his little brother too. They all live together, and he has a nerve to scold me. I'm like, yes, I live on my own. I don't want to spend too much money. He's like, you bought $30 worth of groceries.
Yeah,
He's
you're
like,
showing
"That's
this.
pretty thin."
You're showing this youngin' what life's going to be. Boy, look at that. They've reached that oh so important. Would you like to go grocery shopping with me? Part of the relationship.
Oh, it was right next.
Don't
to
move so
Chipotle.
fast. Okay, I've got to take a break here. If you want to text 35192, short show today, 337 is your Guardians pregame, and then 407 is that first pitch, Game 5 this afternoon on MMS and the iHeartRadio app.